Shalom, family. Um, I haven't been back with scripture reading in a long while, but I am going to start again today. Um, I left off on Genesis chapter 1 through 3, and I'm going to pick up with 4, and I'm going to try to get 4, 5, and 6. And Adam knew Havah, his wife, and conceived and bore Cain, and said, I have gained a man from Yahuwah. And again she gave birth to his brother Habal. And Habal became a keeper of sheep, and Cain became a tiller of the ground. And it came to be in the course of time that Cain brought an offering of fruit of the ground to Yahuwah. And Habal also brought of the firstborn of his flock and their fat. And Yahuwah looked at Habal and his offering, and he did not look to Cain and his offering. And Cain was very wroth, and his face fell. And Yahuwah said to Cain, Why is he wroth towards you? And why is your face fallen? Is it not if you do good that you are to be accepted? And if you do not do good, towards the door is sin. He is lying, and towards you is his desire, and you must rule over him. And Cain told Habal his brother. And it came to be, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Habal his brother, and killed him. And Yahuwah said to Cain, Where is Habal your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's guard? And he said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground, and now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened his mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. And if you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth. And Cain said to Yahuwah, My punishment is too great to bear. See, you have driven me from the face of the ground today, and I am hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on earth, and it shall be that anyone who finds me kills me. And Yahuwah said to him, Well, if anyone kills Cain, he shall be avenged sevenfold. And Yahuwah set a sign for Cain, lest anyone finds him and strikes him. So Cain went out from the presence of Yahuwah and dwelled in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Hanak. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Hanak. And to Hanak was born Arad. And Arad brought forth Mahaziel, and Mahaziel brought forth Methusiel, and Methusiel brought forth Lamech. And Lamech took for himself two wives. And Lamech took for himself two wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the second was Zillah. And Adah bore Yabal. He was the father of those who dwelt in tents with livestock, and his brother's name was Hubal. He was the father of those who played the lyre and the flute. As for Zillah, she also bore Tubal-Cain, a smith of all kinds of tools in bronze and iron, and the sister of Tubal-Cain is Naamah. And Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Zillah, Hear my voice, wives of Lamech, listen to my words. For I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. For Cain is avenged sevenfold, and Lamech 77-fold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son and called him Sheth. For Elohim has appointed me another seed instead of Habal, because Cain had killed him. And to Sheth, to him also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. Then it was begun to call on the name of Yahuwah. This is a book of genealogy of Adam. In the day Elohim created man, he made him in the likeness of Elohim. Male and female he created them, and he blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and brought forth sons in his own likeness after his image, and and called his name Sheath. And after he brought forth Sheath, the days of Adam were 800 years, and he brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Sheath lived 105 years and brought forth Enosh. And after he brought forth Enosh, Sheath lived 807 years and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Sheath were 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 90 years and brought forth Kenan. And after he brought forth Kenan, Enosh lived 815 years and brought forth sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. And Kenan lived 70 years and brought forth Mahalalel. And after he brought forth Mahalalel, Kenan lived 840 years and brought forth sons and daughters. And all the days of Kenan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and brought forth Yared. And after he brought forth Yared, Mahalalel lived 830 years and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 5 years, and he died. And Yared lived 162 years and brought forth Hanak. And after he brought forth Hanak, Yared lived 800 years and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Yared were 962 years, and he died. And Hanak lived 65 years and brought forth Methuselah. And after he brought forth Methuselah, Hanak walked with Elohim 300 years, and he brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Hanak were 365 years. And Hanak walked with Elohim, then he was no more, for Elohim took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years and brought forth Lamech. And after he brought forth Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and brought forth sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years and brought forth a son, and called his name Noah, saying, This one does comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which Yahuwah has cursed. And after he brought forth Noah, Lamech lived 595 years, and he brought forth sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah brought forth Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And it came to be, when men began to increase on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, then the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, and that they were good. And they took wives for themselves, all of whom they chose. And Yahuwah said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever, and his gone astray. He is flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterwards, when the sons of Elohim came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, the men of name. And Yahuwah saw the wickedness of men was great on the earth, and every inclination of the thoughts of his heart were only evil continually. And Yahuwah was sorry he had made man on earth. He was grieved in his heart. And Yahuwah said, I am going to wipe off men whom I have created from the face of the ground, both men and beasts, and creeping creature, and birds of the heaven, for I am sorry I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yahuwah. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generations. Noah walked with Elohim. And Noah brought forth 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupted before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked up, and Elohim looked upon the earth and saw it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on earth. And Elohim said to Noah, the end of all flesh had come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And see, I am going to destroy them from the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, and make rooms in the ark. Cover it inside and outside with a covering. This is how you shall make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits. Its width, 50 cubits. Its height, 30 cubits. Make a window for the ark, and complete it to a cubit from above. And set the door of the ark on its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. And see, I myself am bringing flood waters on the earth to destroy all flesh, in which the breath of life from under the heavens. All that is in earth is to die. And I shall establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. And all of the living of all flesh, 2 of each, you are to bring into the ark, and keep them alive with you, a male and a female, of the birds after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, and of all creeping creatures of the ground after their kind. 2 of each are to come with you, to keep them alive. As for you, take all of the food that is eaten and gather it to yourself, and it shall be for food for you and them. And Noah did according to all that Elohim commanded him, so he did. And Yahuwah said to Noah, come into the ark, you and all your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Of all the clean beasts, take with you 7 pairs, a male and his female. And of the beasts that are unclean, 2, a male and his female. And of the birds in the heavens, 7 pairs, male and females, to keep offspring alive on the face of all the earth. And after 7 more days I am sending the rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and shall wipe from the face of the earth all that stand that I created. And Noah did according to all that Yahuwah commanded him. Now Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters were on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wives and his wives' sons and his sons' wives went into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of the clean beast and of the beasts that were unclean, of the birds and all that creep on earth. 2 by 2 they went into the ark to Noah, male and female, as Elohim had commanded Noah. And it came to be after 7 days that the waters of the flood were on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd new moon, the 17th day of the new moon, on that day all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of the heaven were opened. And the rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wives, and the 3 wives of his sons with him went into the ark. They and every life form after its kind, and every beast after its kind, and every creeping creature that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, and every bird of every wing. And they went into the ark of Noah, 2 by 2, all flesh in which the breath is the breath of life. And those going in, male and female of all flesh, went in as Yahuwah had commanded them. And Yahuwah shut him in. And the floods was on the earth 40 days, and the waters increased and lifted up the ark. And it rose above the earth, and the waters were mightily and greatly increased in the earth, and the ark moved about the surface of the waters. And the water were exceedingly mighty on the earth, and all the high mountains under all the heavens were covered. The water became mighty, 15 cubits upward, and the mountains were covered, and all flesh died. The creeping creatures on the earth, birds, cattle, beast, and every swarming creature that swarms on the earth, and all mankind, all in whose nostrils was the breath of the Spirit of life. All that was on the dry land died. So he wiped off all that stand, which were on the face of the ground, both man and beast, creeping creature, and bird of the heavens. And they were wiped off from the earth. And only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. And the waters were mighty on the earth 150 days. Okay, so I pray that that was edifying. If you were able to read along, that's wonderful. I pray that you go back and study these verses, read these scriptures for yourself to actually get the whole storyline of our ancestors. It's so beautiful. Shalom.